Hello everyone, welcome to TryRide, the new era of learning. This is Pack 365. In this section, we're discussing about intelligent agents and environment. So let's move to the topic. So, what are AI agents? It can be defined as programs that make decision and take action based on the decisions, right? Usually we are using OpenAI, Gemini, like that. We are using many chat boxes and AI assistants. Now, in this section, we discuss about NG agent and enrollment and types of agents, relationality, P is matlab, performance measure, enrollment, accurate sensors, right? Enrollment types, agent types. Okay. So, an agent is anything that can be viewed as pursuing its environment through sensors and act upon that environment to the actuators, right? Based on, let us discuss agent in deep. So, intelligent agents is nothing but an intelligent agent is a system that can pursue its environment through sensors, process that information, make decisions, and act upon the environment, like through effectors. Effectors nothing but it is known actuators. That ultimate goal of a relationship agent is to act in a way that maximize itself perform measure, right? Okay. So, in the key components of the intelligence agent, we have sensors, perfect sequences, and agent functions, actuators, architecture, agent program. Okay. So, for the VR perspective of the environment through actuators, so we have agents of one human perspective agent, one robotic agent. Okay. Let us discuss for let us discuss about first human agent. Okay. So, in human agents, we have two actuators and sensors. In we think human agents have sensors like eyes, ears, and we can also nose and the other organs for the sensor. Like we see that any eye, we see by our eyes by identifying any patterns. Like we classifying some patterns, like we may and we hearing some kind of sounds and we smelling some type of smell. Like we are sensing that, right? We are. Assigning us some commands to our mind. Yeah, I see this image, I see this dog, I hear some sound, I smell something good. Like that, we send assigning inputs to the our brain, right? So yeah, it's like these are the human sensors. And for accurators, nothing but which we accelerate. Like we are moving by our legs, we are holding something by our hands, we are talking by our mouth. Like that, the other body parts also too. Hands, legs, mouth, not only we hold accelerate, like we are accelerating ourselves. Like for running, we use legs, okay? By holding something, we by carrying or something luggage, like that we hold our hands, like by speaking or by eating something, we stretch our mouth, like that. We are using this is our body accelerator parts. So now coming to the robot agents. Robot agents which have sensors like cameras and infrared range finders from sensors. Like for robot, eye is nothing but it's a camera. Ear is nothing but voice hearing machine. Like that. Okay. Like that, the robot has sensors. It has a detecting sensor. Like if you scan something like your hand, like the sensor beams, laser lights will be occurred both between the anything. Like an example, I was to take like that. So if you were enter any mall or something, you accurately enter the gate, right? So when you're moving a gate, it will automatically closes. Like the sensor detects you. Like the person is crossing the gate, now the gate will be closed, door will be closed. Like that, the sensor will the accurate for the robots and actuators is nothing but various motors for run the robotics. Okay, like we have also so many uh, motors, engines. Like we have to run the robotic models. Like that, we have various motors for accelerators. So, in human perspective, we have a software, and human is nothing but in human perspective, we say it is a natural. Okay, it is known, it is a natural thing we have. So we cannot consider the software side, right? We didn't do immediately go if we born and immediately we have eyes, nose, and mouth. We can easily draw. We could not write any code or we cannot run the any software, right? So it is based on different types of parts. So human can consider sensors like the eyes, hearing, and other organs, as well as actuators like the hands, legs, mouth, and other body parts. But it could not consider a software, right? Human is a natural perspective. When it comes to robotic, it depends on the robotic those agent features various high quality motors that serves as actuators, as well as cameras and infrared range finders that serves as sensors, right? So it is built by softwares, like robots built by softwares, some kind of set of softwares. It's created, right? So human doesn't created by software. We created by natural. Okay, when it comes to plate natural, we consider as natural. But it comes to robots, so it's created by software. So the part of the it considered into the software. So now, what are the types of AI agents? So in that we have learning agents, reflex agents, we call as simple reflex agents too, and model-based agents, goal-based agents, utility-based agents, right? So from learning agent, those agents can learn from their experience, allow them to improve their performance over time, right? Learning from the past. And reflex agents is a simple reflex agent we call as the agent act based only on the current perspective, right? Ignoring the perspective history, they follow a simple if then rules, right? If or then rules. Okay. For example, uh, turn on the heater. Like turn on the heater if the temperature is below a certain threshold. Like the turn on the heater means if the temperature is minus degrees, it will on the heater. Like reflex agent, like we are assigning something in our homes in like say that assigning Siri, like the commanding like on the TV, on the fan, on the AC, like that. Model-based agents, like those agents maintain an internal state like of the words, allowing them to handle partially or partially environment that use the perspective history, right, to update the internal model of the word and the mistake decisions. Okay, now goal-based agents. So goal-based agents is nothing but the agent have a goal, okay, and select an action to perform and to achieve the goal, right? They need to consider some steps in the future, consequences or in the actions to move forward to reach the achieve the goal. So we call as goal-based agents. So utility-based agents is those agents act the maximum like maximum the utility, like they have to reach the maximum or happiness. They can choose between the multiple actions to achieve their goal based on the which one they more describe. Like it fulfills the overall utility to achieve the goal based requirements like the describable like that. Okay, so which one he can achieve it. So in this rules, we have some set of rules to follow an AI agent need to have an environment prescriptions and rule to its decision must be based on the observation of the environment, right? Wherever when you're dealing with agents, the decision must be depends on the observation and depends on the environment, right? And when it comes to rule three, all the actions should be based on the decisions. Yes, absolutely. We all must guide the agent like all the actions based on the decisions, right? We did not consider the self decision to the agents. We commands and make decisions and we guide the agents like that. So in the last one, rule four in the AI agent action have be too logical, right? If the AI agent performs the illogical activities actions, so it doesn't mean it's a proper built it, right? The agent must should perform the accurate and perfect actions, but depends by the logics. So now it's time to come to AI agents and environment. So we can see environment is a part and it has a perspective. We move action and accurate agents, sensors like that. We have like when you are action moving action, some action like robot moving some actions by by sensors. Okay, it accurates by its motors like that is performed like in deep like we take the agent function map from the perspective issues the action like fp into like the agent program runs on the physical architecture to produce f, right? Agent like that form agent equal to architecture plus program like that. vacuum cleaner board. Like let us take an example, like we have a vacuum cleaner board. And like if you see in the square A and square B, we can see picture one and picture two. In the picture A, we can see that there is a dirt, right? Here is a there is a dirt. Like we can see here is a dirt. See, we can see here we have a dirt. So we can see the machine, the sensor in picture A detected the dirt. In picture B, there is no agent will detect the dirt, right? Like that we move into the perspective A. So the goal is that the agent must clean the dirt. Okay. Wait a second. The PC get should some. Okay, now it's okay. So in perspective, locations and the contents. Example like we have dirty, like we have a dirty here, and in the perspective we can see here the location and action is nothing but we considering actions as left, right, struck, noob. Okay. So agent functions we have assigned that lookup table. Okay, lookup table and we see from many agents this is very a large table, like we can see the perspective sequence, right? A clean, B clean, C clean, like we are assigning the commands like A clean, like it takes the right, B A dirty, suck, B clean, left, it moves some little, it moves left, and B dirty, suck, A clean, A clean, right, it moves right. We are assigning the commands by logically by performing some action to the environment. Its perspective is nothing but to find the location by using sensor where the data is presented. Okay. So the way is like that we by using like we say if we have any automatically a vacuum cleaner in our home, maybe in future it will be present. Now only it's all the present. So if we assign by it automatically detects the dust in the environment of your home. So by using sensors, it detects where the dust is spreaded. It automatically detects the dust and it automatically move forward to the direction to the dust. It makes some set of actions accelerated the motor by using tires or by using legs or by running on the motors of the robot. So it accurately moves some, it performs some action to move towards the dust and it wants to take the right, left, the direction sequence and it clean the dust. It soaks the dust into itself. It insider and it takes clean that fire environment. Like that, sensors will activate it. So, rational agents is nothing but so we can see here, perform measuring success. So we can see here. So performance measuring success. Okay. Agent prior knowledge of environment, actions that agent can perform, agent's perfect sequence to the date. So we have the rationality and rational agent. So rationalities, we can see the performing a measurement, having knowledge on environment, like that, and rational agents. But for each possible perspective sequence, a rational agent should be select an action that is expected to minimize itself, like perform measures given by the evidence proof provided by the perspect sequence. Okay, and the wherever built in the knowledge the agent has. And rational is a different from omniscience, like perspective may not supply all the relevant information. Like example, card games do not know cards of others. Like rational is a different form of being perfect, right? Different form of the being perfect. So rational maximize expert outcomes while performing the maximum actual outcomes, right? So we can see that rationality it is a performance based. So we can discuss in the context of AI, we can say that about the rationality. So a rationality agent is an agent, right? That acts in a way that expected to maximize its performance measure given by the perspective sequence, and it has observed so far. It is built in knowledge, like it has some key rationalities like rational is not omniscience, as omniscience agent knows the actual outcomes of its action, can act accordingly. A rational agents, like however, we cannot be omniscience, right? It can only perspective environment through its sensors and must make decisions based on the information available to it. Okay, it makes the best decision. Possibilities given by the uncertainty and information about it has, which has rationality, is about to perform the measures. The agent performs it's measured by the performance measured utility function. Agent is about to expect some outcome. A relation agent chooses the action that expected to lead the best outcomes. Okay, that one that actually does. So rationality depends on the perspective, like the agent's action depends on the entire history. What has perspective sequence for the agent in operations, like that it dynamically spreads. Okay, we can see that now the autonomy of an agent is the extent to the which its behavior is determined by its own experience rather than knowledge of the designers. Like extreme no automation ignores the environment, and compute autonomy must act on randomly programs. Okay, randomly no program. An example, baby learning took a cruel idea has design agents to have some autonomy. Possibility becomes more automation with experience. So in that we can say that autonomy is a key of characteristics of truly intelligent agent. It refers to extent which an agent behavior is determined by its own experience rather than by its prior knowledge and or pre-programmed instructions, right? So the core idea of autonomy is nothing but we can say in the simple ways like the automation agent is not just a passive accurator of a designer commands. Okay, instead of it has an ability to learn and adopt its behavior based on its own interaction with the environment. So is we discuss about the piece. So it's nothing but performance measure environment actuators sensors. Okay, so must specify the settings which we have. So the intelligence, we all know the performance measure and what the environment, what the actuators, and what the sensors will make. So considering example like the task of the designing an automated taxi driver. So perform the measure like safe, fast, legal, comfortable trip, maximum priority. Like we allocate some like environment, we have road, other traffics, uh, for instance, customers like we have accurators like street, wheel, steering wheel, accelerator, brake, signal, clutch, horn. We have some type of accelerators there, and sensor like cameras, sonars, side mirrors, speed meters, GPS. Like that, we use some like this defines the example by making the piece. So performing measure environment actuators, which has it is made up of like a framework, like it works like a framework for the defining an agent. So the framework provides a structured way to specify the properties of an agent before designing it. Okay, it is a fundamental concept in AI for formalizing the problems. Let's break down to each component using the common examples from self-driving taxi. Let us take in simple way. So this comes to the first perspective of performance measure of P. So it defines the criteria of success, what makes the good agent. It's the standard of for evaluating the agent behavior. Like for a self-driving taxi, we take the maximum profit like fares collected, fuel saved, minimizing time to reach the destination, minimizing the accident to and collisions, and minimizing traffic violations, minimizing passenger comfort, like that. Like we performance measure what we want. Environment E. This is a word in which the agent operates. Okay, includes everything the agent can sense, act upon. Right. for safe driving taxi roads and highways or other vehicles, cars, truck, buses, motorcycles, like the traffic signals and traffic signs and road makings, where the construction parts and weather conditions like we check the rain, snow, anything sunny or building and construction areas, customer request rights like that. Accuracy, there is a mechanism through the which agent can act upon this environment, like their outputs of the agent. Like for a safe driving taxi, we have actuators like steering wheel to rotate, okay, to rotate and to turn, an accelerator to control the speed, brake pedal to stop, horn to signal to opposite vehicle, okay, and turn signals like lights and indicators, engine and transmission. We have display, voice, and communication passenger. Like we have GPS in that. Sorry, GPS is a sensor, right? Okay. So let's come to the final top. We have sensor as those are inputs that allows the agent to prescribe it environment. They are agents like camera, the perspective, traffic light, signal lines making, and other vehicles. GPS to determine its locations, like the light detect and range, create a 3D maps to in the screen, like radars can check. We have sonars for close range object detection, odometers and speedometers. We have microphones to sense sound like siren, engine sensors to monitor the car mechanism states. We have such set of like we have some set of rules to perform in the piece. It is a framework, semantic based, particularly tools used like to build a perfect AI assistant. We call it as AI agent. So we have the point perform. You see the agent park pickup robot perform measures percentage of the part in incorrect being means enrollment converter belt with the parts being agent part picking robots like it has in that which accelerator has a jointed arms and hands and sensors have cameras, joint angle sensors, like which have each and every set of considers. It has some set of rules to consider. So I hope you guys all are understand about the what is AI agent, and you learned. I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you.